Type it in. And I'm gonna bring this one up. Miss DeAnna. Miss D. I love DeAnna. Y'all listen, y'all get ready for D. Listen, y'all get ready for D. She be acting like she don't have nothing to say, and then she open her mouth, and then we be like, for real, like you just gonna act like you didn't have all that to say, and just right.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
that. Okay, so tell us a little bit about you, DeAnna.
Hi, my name is DeAnna, and I am from Connecticut. I'm from West Haven, Connecticut. I am a mother of 4 men. I'm 58. I have a 38, a 36, a 34, and a 26-year-old. Let's see. What else? What else you want to know? I'm a grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I've been on my job for 25 years. That I'm on right now. I love the funny things, good things and funny things about me that I like to do is I'm a graphic designer. I love event planning. But most of all, I love to travel. Cruising before COVID, I was doing 2 cruises a year plus just traveling. There's somebody just say let's and I'm ready to go. You don't have to push.
I know that's right.
You don't have to push me. You don't have to prompt me. I'm ready to go. So yes, that's about me.
Okay. Well, come on, travel. Listen. I feel like iSpeaklife travel something coming up.
Come on now, I'm ready.
Listen, well, yesterday I told y'all we've been having conversation around iSpeaklife being in Vegas next year in December, and so somebody I think was sharing that we might need to do Florida because it's 52 in Vegas today, so around this time. So we'll figure it out. But we are looking at, if we keep it in December, we're looking at doing it somewhere warm, right? Because I want to do it in person. So y'all just get your coins and your paper together, right? Get your credit cards, all the kinds of payments, get them ready so y'all can be ready. And if we do it locally, then it'll be somewhere. We'll probably have to move the date up. But yes, but I am also working on, and this is a sidebar, something else. And so we'll talk about that at another date. But I am working on something else as well, because I want to be able to see y'all and hug y'all. I want us to be able to hold hands, even if we got to put masks on, we can hold hands and then sanitize. Hold my hand. Okay, wait, hold my hand. I want to feel you. Right. So, all right. So tell me, little miss, how long have we been connected?
Oh my gosh. I've really been trying to wrap my head around it. It's been a while. I don't want to get emotional, but Detra, you saved my life when I just came out of divorce.
Ooh.
I saw you. I don't know whether it was on Periscope or Facebook. I don't know where and how we connected, but I know it was God. You was doing your morning life scopes. And everything. And I did a one-on-one session with you. I did a one-on-one session with you. So I know it had to be at least 6 years ago.
Wow.
And like I said, I just was coming out of my divorce and I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I was overwhelmed. Didn't know who I was, whose I was. Just didn't know who that girl was, the inner me. I didn't know. I was lost. I truly was lost, because every day I was literally putting on a mask.
Yeah.
Every day to function.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, you were a lifesaver. You implanted, encouraged me. You instilled so many. I'm like, you are a fireball. You saying ignite the fire. Psst. Girl, you've been igniting fire for years. You've been igniting fires for a long time. You have been a godsend. Even when I don't miss, like, I can't watch your preaching when you preach because I have my own services, but I go back and watch. But the energy that you possess when you can tell that you love God. Nobody, we don't have to hear your voice. it's just the energy that you possess. I'm just like, who is this chick, man? Where she get that energy from? Good goodness, throw some over here. Like where you have you have so much energy. I'm like, oh my God. I love you though. I love you with everything in me. I
Oh,
appreciate I appreciate you. I truly do. I really appreciate you. Now I'm gonna let you go to the next question because I could keep talking.
oh, I love you, D. I love you. I love you. So, and so you talked a little bit already about it, but what's we'll just go into just the
Mhm.
transformation. So what's the transformation maybe spiritually and personally that has happened in your life since you talked about it, but talk a little bit more because you've taken lots of classes and courses and all
Right. I
the
have
things.
taken oh
Yeah, D
I
is one of
have.
those people where she told me, she said, listen, anything you do, I'm signing up. Like, I don't care.
Yes, yes.
I said, I'm with
And that's so
you.
true. That is so true. If I'm not signing up, it's the reason because I have something already planned. But
Mhm,
I'm there for it. I'm definitely there.
mhm,
Spiritually, I would say that I wanted that closer relationship with God. Um, and you told me, you said, D, you have to set boundaries. You have to get an alignment, go back to your first love. And there were so many different things that you had told me. And I took your advice.
mhm,
You say, do the work. I did the work,
mhm,
so now I do like you guys were doing the breathing exercises.
mhm,
You taught me to do that. And I think it was getting my time back class.
mhm,
You taught me to breathe.
mhm.
And I was like, breathe. So I'm basically exhaling everything that is expired.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Come on.
Everything that I no longer want.
Uh-huh.
Exhaling.
Yeah.
I'm exhaling it. So when I breathe in, I'm
Uh-huh,
breathing in the newness. I'm
uh-huh.
breathing in the refine. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this chick right here say breathe. What is that? So I had to figure out my breathe. I
Uh-huh.
had to figure out what is it taking for me to get to that quiet place?
Mhm.
What is it taking to me? And it's so crazy because my Apple Watch, every now and then when I get a little flustered and stuff, it says breathe.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I said, wait, my watch is telling me to breathe?
Uh-huh,
Okay, come on
uh-huh,
now.
uh-huh.
What? Okay, all right now. I was like, so my quiet space for me, you taught me to be quiet. You taught me to that consistency.
Mhm,
That word consistency with me was like, okay, so it's not just doing it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. You said, no, D, you got to do it 7, 14, and 21. When you get to that 21 days, you doing something.
mhm. Come
I'm
on.
like, okay. So after my 21 days, I'm still on fire. I still want to do this. So I'm a 5 o'clock morning chick. So I get up at 5 o'clock. I do my breathe exercise because I wanted everything that expired from last night. I want it out. I don't want to take it into the next day. You
Uh-huh.
see what I'm saying? Like I said, okay, so let's do this. So I do that, and then I set that time for God. I write to God. You taught me like to journal. Like, so I write to God every morning.
Mhm.
Every morning, me and God have a conversation.
I love it.
And it's like, there's no greater thing to have, like you said, the ships, like you can have this friendship, you can have so many different ships, but God is a ship too in my life. Like if I don't have the like if they say this, if you like you have like you said yesterday, the boyfriend, if you don't have a relationship with him, you don't talk to him, you know what I'm saying? So I miss God. If I don't talk to him, I'm not right for today.
Yeah.
If
Mhm,
I don't have that commune with him, my day is not going to go right.
mhm,
So now I'm intentional on putting him first.
mhm,
He is my morning. He
mhm,
is my afternoon. He is my night. He is my bedtime story. He is, I write to him all the time. I'm journaling to him.
Mhm.
I am like, okay, now God, what are we doing now? I mean, my whole perspective is if I don't put him first, if I don't communicate with him and say, okay, God, is this okay for me? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing?
Mhm.
If I don't do that, it's not gonna go right. It's
Yeah.
just not, it's not gonna work out right for me.
Yeah.
So I, like I said, I can keep talking, so I'm gonna stop. Go to the next question.
Okay. I love it though. Are y'all taking notes? Because listen, she dropping gems. She dropping them. She dropping them like it's hot, child. Just
I said, now watch. I wanted to go first. I said, now watch, she gonna make me laugh. I knew you.
mhm. Yeah. Well, Christy, I've had Christy first because I know Christy had to
I
leave.
know
And
she
then
said she had
everybody
to go
else,
for her son.
I
Yeah.
just kind of, went with technically I kind of went with how I saw people up on the screen.
Okay.
And so, so Tamla popped up and then Shakita popped up and then you popped up. So it was random. So kind of sort of. Right. So last question. Given all the lessons that you learned so far, which you've shared have been like a ton, right? What's maybe the number one tip or a piece of advice that you would give them around getting out of their own way to help them?
You have taught me that no is a complete sentence.
Period.
My no is a complete
Ooh.
sentence. When I was in your push into purpose, the first one in March, when I was in that one, and you told a story about from All American, about how the guy, the girl, the girl said, but I didn't ask you to.
Mhm.
That right there just ignited something in me, but I didn't ask you to.
Mhm.
So it's basically was telling me to mind your own business.
Mhm.
If somebody is not asking you to do something, don't volunteer, because a lot of times people ask me to do something and I'm always so quick to say, oh yeah, I'll help you, I'll do this and I'll do that. And a lot of times I was showing up tired. I
Mhm.
was showing up already exhausted. So how am I going to be any good to you when I'm no good to myself?
Mhm.
So I say self-care is the best care. Your no is definitely a complete sentence.
Yes.
Mind your own business. We need to mind, um, I'm just so, and you also taught me that a word doesn't belong to me.
Mm.
The word overwhelmed, that word definitely does not belong to me anymore.
Mm.
So because you taught me boundaries. So
Mhm.
I no longer get overwhelmed.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the word overwhelmed is to be defeated completely.
Mhm.
And I say that I'm never going to be defeated because of who I have in me.
Mhm.
So that word to me no longer is a part of my existence, because Detra Trueheart has taught me to set boundaries, to say no, to set myself. I am somebody. I am important. I am who God says I am. And I just love her with everything in me. You are a jewel. You are a present help, and you know how I feel about you. You taught me to come out of my shell from pitching the purpose. Like I was all quiet during that. But when we did the next 4 weeks, it was like, wait, who is she? Like, wait, who are you? Like you dropping this stuff. Like, wait, I didn't know you had that. No, I was always that quiet, serene person, but you taught me to come out of my shell. D, you got so much in you. Just say it. Just say it. So here I am. And I appreciate it. And I thank you so much.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you, D. I love all of y'all, but I love you, D. I love seeing you talk and share because there's so much in you. And I remember that moment where I was like, hold up, like you've been holding out. What's and you was like, what? I said, no, don't play. You've been holding out, child. I need for you to come on out and say what you've been saying that you need to say. And so I love everything about what you shared. Like y'all really just have, I'm just going to say, I'm very rarely speechless. as not moments where I don't have lots to say, because y'all know I have lots to say all the time. But in this space, I appreciate hearing how God is doing a work in you, and how you literally, and remember you all, we started this off yesterday with it works when you work it. And so these women are talking, but DeAnna is saying, they've all shared, but she's specifically saying she did the work. She did the work and she's doing the work, right? It is a continuum. And so being able to, it's not just a one, like even the quiet time, right? So you got to do 7, 14, 21 days, right? Because some of y'all will quit after 7 days. Like, it didn't work, child. We got to find something else to do. And I'm like, really, after 7 days? Like, that's just what we gonna do here? And so she and I had conversation and we talked about it, and we, and so I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for this work that I get to do, to be able to see you all shine. Like, I see even you, I can see through the screen that there is a peace and that there is a joy. And one of the things that I could say about you, D, and I don't necessarily know if it has anything to do with the work that we're doing, is you no longer hide online anymore. And she used to hide, and she don't know that I noticed it. But she would hide behind the screen, and I'm like, where you at? What's going on? I need to see you. And she's like, I'm here. Okay, well, let me see your face. Let me make sure you're alive, child. You're a real person. Yeah. Right. And so I see you showing up for you. Right. The most important thing is as much as you love me, I love you. Right. But more importantly, I appreciate that you are showing up for you. Not for me, but you showing up for you. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you stay connected long enough to not give up on you so that you could get here. Yes. Yeah. Because this is just the beginning, child. You still got races to run. Listen, there are people connected to your voice. Right? And so I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing. Did y'all learn anything from D? I know y'all took some nuggets. Did y'all take notes? I hope y'all did. Yes. And so I appreciate you. I love you. Your work has not been in vain. Your go through has not been in vain. There will be women who will need to hear your story, and it won't have anything to do with me and everything to do with the God who did it. And the fact that you will be able to connect them and say, listen, I'm coming to show up for you the way somebody showed up for me. And that's really what it's about. And that at the end of the day, it really is not about me. It's about you and those who you are assigned to, and who you will be sent out to go and get. And there will be somebody's life that you will save, because you will remember that there was a day that you connected to somebody, and that voice was what you needed to hold on to until you could sustain yourself. And so I thank you for holding on. I thank you for not letting go. I thank you for staying connected. I thank you for breathing. I thank you for inhaling and exhaling. I thank you for doing the work. And so I love you for that. All right, ladies, did y'all enjoy the panel?